Hey, I'm Kevin Kilroy. Yeah, so my buddy James Godby from Louisville took me out to Arlington Park first time I ever went, and grabbed our buddy Dave Osborne, and we went out, had a great day. Really showed me about pouring over the form and sort of all the ins and outs of handicapping from the get-go, and that was fantastic. And we just had so many good times riding the train out to Arlington Park, and then staying late and betting all the late races, specifically down at Hawthorne. We started to go down there, just throwing some money around, getting feverish, betting races across the country. So friendships at the track are fantastic. That's one great thing about being here at Fairgrounds for sure. It's just meeting people that are here every day and share this love that I have as well.
And who are some of your favorite horses and some of your better memories? I understand you had a big win with your buddies the first time in Chicago.
Yeah, first time out, I got a tip. That tip was so fun to get, that somebody could actually give a tip on a winner. I wish I could give one of those today. Struggling today. But Matt Lehman gave us a tip on Y7, a Chris Block turf horse, said sure thing. And so we put our sure thing money behind it and got that win on Y7. Chris Block had so many fantastic horses running up there, but the Pizza Man is one that I think about up in Arlington. Definitely have some great ones coming out for Wayne Catalano, Frank Calabrese. They really teamed up a bunch, and Larry Ravelli would always have some live ones too. So it was always fun up in the Chicago circuit.
I understand you were a teacher, and that after class you would go to the OTB. Can you tell us a little bit about that in Chicago?
Yeah, definitely. So I used to teach adjunct classes throughout Chicago for several years, and there's always a little time in between classes. So I would pop out of one class and head over to the OTB and play some bets, watch some races, do my dirty work, and soak up the OTB culture, which is fantastic. There was a great one down in the financial district, on Jackson Street, just below Sears Tower, that I'd love to go to. And then I'd come back to the classes and, of course, be thinking and talking about horses and trying to share that love with my students and show them how to read a PP or two. So those were good old days. So much from Joe K. I mean, specifically about how to do this job and how to do it at a high level. He's got such good high standards. He works so hard. But then also in terms of handicapping, I think Joe's just so dyed in the wool in horse racing that he just can speak to the breeders, can speak to pinhook angles, can speak to all sorts of different angles that the trainers are with the decisions they're making, where to put their horses, and he just knows pedigree like no other. So I can pick his brain up in the office all the time, and I'm just picking up as much as I can, soaking it all in, because he's one of the best.
And I know you were in the NHC twice, and the last time you finished 21st. How do you think what you learned here will help you, or maybe even hurt you in the next NHC?
Yeah, so NHC is always such a fun thing. I mean, the first thing just to be able to get there, right? That's the goal, and so hopefully I'll be able to get there for 2022. I mean, I think for me, it's just in terms of finding bombs, finding those long shots. You've just got to believe that any horse can win that's listed in the race, and this is just going to give me more angles to think through things. Definitely more ideas in terms of trainer decisions. Definitely more pedigree angles. I feel much better with that with Joe K, the way he's teaching me stuff, and I feel like I'm just going to have more weapons in my arsenal, more tools in my belt, which helps to deal with all those races as they come at you, because they do come at you.
And you've become somewhat immersed in horse racing. I see you have a 28% win percentage, which is a great, really high percentage, and 2 out of 3 horses in the money. How's your ROI doing?
Yeah, the ROI is going great. I feel, how it is. When you're competitive, you want to win everyone. So when I miss, and it's tough. But the ROI has been great. It's been around $2 throughout the meet. I think these past couple weeks is going to drop it down a little bit closer to 180, 190. So we'll see where we end up. But I feel good about that. I feel like if I can stay up around that 180 to 190 ROI, that should be good for public handicapper. And just need to translate those picks into more personal scores. That's my goal going forward for sure.
World?
Yeah, so I'm excited. I'll be riding for Twin Spires Edge. I'm going to be doing a daily pick 5. Covering Louisiana tracks, Kentucky tracks, and possibly some New York and California stuff as well. So I have a daily pick 5 column there. and then also do 2 weekly columns, look at like kind of under the radar horses to watch, horses moving up sort of column, and then another one talking about betting strategy, because that's something that I'm very interested in. Once you get your picks, you got to make sure and bet them right. So I'll be writing for them, be working the Kentucky Derby, doing a notes writing for the Derby, so I couldn't be more excited about that. So a lot of good things going forward.
First time I saw you on Facebook or Twitter, you were making pizzas. I see you still doing that. Tell us a little bit about the pizza and your plan for a restaurant.
Yeah. So first of all, there's some pizza upstairs I brought in today, so I don't know if there's some left over, but if there is, I'll get you a slice. The guy, James Godby, who took me to the track, we were working at a pizza joint together. So I started making pizzas back then, but never really started making them at home until a few years ago. And something I do with the kids every Friday night, and we have a lot of fun doing it. So I make a really thin crust, cracker thin, sort of Chicago tavern style pizza, do all sorts of funky toppings on it, a lot of like pickled vegetables and stuff like that. And I love it. Yeah, so my family and I, we always are brainstorming and fantasizing, dreaming about a restaurant called Mood Swings, based off of every Friday night in Kansas City. There's a great radio show called Rockabilly Mood Swings. We put it on, we swing our mood to the weekend, and we make some pizza and invite the neighbors over and have a great time. So I'd like to do that on a restaurant scale and just invite people in to feel the joy of eating good pizza.
Well, I hope you have some leftover pizza that'll make my mood better. You have a beautiful family. I've met your children. How do they like the track? How do they like New Orleans? Where have you gone around the town?
Yeah, thanks for saying that, Mick. They're loving New Orleans. I mean, it's just been so fantastic for them, all the parades, and some of it's just sort of like a very long vacation. We're going out to eat and all that sort of fun stuff, and showed them all the stuff that we love about this city. My wife and I have been coming down here since we were 18, and they're loving it. We're soaking it up and trying to decide if we can make this our full-time home. New Orleans is definitely an interesting place to raise a family, but it's good to show them the whole world and everybody in it for sure. We've been hitting up all sorts of good spots. I mean, they love going to get beignets, whether it's a city park or whether it's a Cafe du Monde down the French Quarter. Going to Audubon Park, just going to the river and kicking the soccer ball around. We've got Coliseum Square there. But then going to see music, just going to see as much music as possible. It's something that my kids love a ton. So we've been just doing it all as much as possible.
I know you've seen parades too. What was the most memorable parade?
For me, the most memorable parade, I love Crew de Vue and like the Crew d'Illusion coming after, that sort of stuff is definitely up my alley the most. But the Endymion was fantastic, and I know the kids just love the St. Charles parades where they just gathered bags and bags full of throws, but definitely love the Crew de Vue.
Basically, you were a writer, you've written books. Can you tell us a little bit about your books, and if you have any plans for books based on your experience with the horses here?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so I've got 3 works of fiction and sort of poetry, and I've got lots of poems, I've plays produced. It's definitely my first big love besides music and music writing. One of the reasons I love horse racing is all the stories involved. Definitely love the names and how they evoke stories in our own lives, and all the characters and everybody, all the personalities around, all the friends that you meet. I was working on a book about all this stuff with horse racing even before I got here, and I think now that this is working forward, I'm just going to have even more to talk about, and it sort of gives some bona fides to that book I hope to write. But a lot of it is circled around luck, the idea of luck and the way we sort of tell our own stories through horse racing, and all that we put on a horse's back, because we put a lot on those horses. Yeah, I mean, it actually just sort of came in my head at Tipitina's the first week I was here. I was at a show, and it came through, and I was like, there it is. It really just speaks to, I just feel so fortunate to have this job, and feel so fortunate to be able to do something that I love. And I really didn't see this coming necessarily. The more I got into horse racing, it was more for my just my own obsession, my own passion, my love for it, and it wasn't like I was trying to angle for a job. I kept on thinking that maybe I could do something in this sport, but it worked out. And it worked out, I think, with the four-gate stuff with the NHC. Began with that, just picking all fours and getting that first go at the NHC, basically through that. And then, I just believe that, like, I don't know, if you open yourself up to good fortune, good graces, and all that sort of stuff, that it can help guide you. So I smile to myself and say thank you to whoever's listening every day, and that's part of my trust your luck thing for sure.
Well, like I said, you make your own luck, and I see you working very, very hard on all your analysis here all the way around the track. There's so much information, and amassing that and getting immersed in all the, but then there's that luck factor. There's things that you pick up and you say it's luck, but it's all those little things that come out and allow you to pick that winner at the last second.
Yeah, for me, I think people in handicapping, we get obsessed with judgment or with reason, and you've got to have that, right? And I love that, part of the sport. But being open to other things too can be a part of the joy of the sport too. I love hunch plays. I love when people come out here and they ask me who to pick, and I'm like, well, who do you like? And they tell me a good story about the name of the horse, or they're saying, oh, I like the number 7 today. All that sort of stuff I love. I think it's just a way to sort of participate in the world, to just sort of take it off your own ego. It's not all you, that it is a larger sort of symphony of people, whether it's the trainers, jockeys, horses, and your own handicapping, all that too. So, but to have a consistent ROI, you definitely want to have a good sound structure to the way that you wager on these races.